Love and romance can be a key point in romances within video games. Some benefit the story, help a character develop, and sometimes it's just straight up adorable. These scenes can enhance or even push the relationship further. Here are 4 adorable romantic scenes in video games. RODRIK and ELENA, TELLTALE'S Game of Thrones. Oh, the world of Game of Thrones, where death is everywhere. Knowing that, I knew that anyone who was bound to fall in love was doomed from the start. Unfortunately, that includes RODRIK and ELENA. Sad as it was, they did have a very sweet relationship with one another. Although the Forresters were having trouble and a marriage could save them, it was very apparent that RODRIK and ELENA had romantic feelings for one another ever since they were children. Every instance I had to get them together, I did. I mean, wouldn't you want to just be with someone you love knowing that you're probably gonna die? One of my favorite scenes of them together was when they were reunited together for the first time in years. Sure, majority of it was political talk, but you can sense the history between them, and the fact that they were still in love with one another.
So, here we are.
You look as beautiful as ever, ELENA.
Oh, thank you. I set out for Ironrath as soon as I heard you were alive. My father suggested I wait, but I can't believe it's been 2 years.
Your brother's name day feast. We danced until the sun came out.
So much has changed since we were children. Playing hide and seek in the grove and...
You're so easy to find. You always hid behind the same tree.
Maybe I wanted you to find me.
Cullen's romance, Dragon Age Inquisition. Cute Commander Cullen. As adorable as this man is, he has seen some serious shit in his life, and ultimately has been tortured and traumatized for a majority of it. So when Dragon Age Inquisition introduced him as a romance option for your Inquisitor, I was overjoyed. A lot of his romance relies on the concept of Cullen actually experiencing something he's never had, a normal life. Throughout his romance story, you experience him at his best and at his worst, but most of all, you experience him as a human being. One of my favorite scenes with Cullen has to be the first kiss. With all the awkward flirting and the ability to make him blush, it finally pays off once Cullen begins to flirt back and show interest in you. The Inquisitor asks him for some time alone, and of course this man can't help but fumble his way through it. Eventually, this prompts the question if he's interested in you, and of course he says yes.
Could you think of me as anything more?
I could. I mean, I do think of you, and what I might say in this sort of situation.
What's stopping you?
You're the Inquisitor. We're at war, and you... I didn't think it was possible.
Then, something in Cullen changes in this moment. He lets his guard down, and gives in the desire of wanting something for himself. Let me remind you, during the game, Cullen is the commander of the Inquisition's army, and you are the Inquisitor. There's no room for love during war, but Cullen forgets all of that. In every Dragon Age game so far, Cullen has taken a serious role, whether it's a Templar in Dragon Age Origins or Dragon Age 2, and now as the commander of the Inquisition. He has always put honor and duty before his own personal needs. This is the first time he lets go of that and lets himself experience happiness for the first time.
It seems too much to ask, but I want to.
Commander. You wanted a copy of Sister Leliana's report.
What?
Sister Leliana's report? You wanted it delivered without delay. Or to your office. Right.
If you need to...
I'm sorry. That was, really nice.
I believe that was a kiss, but I can't be sure. It's all a blur.
Yes, well...
Chloe and Rachel, Life is Strange Before the Storm. Chloe and Rachel's relationship was for sure a complicated one, but what teenage love story isn't? Due to bizarre and supernatural circumstances, Chloe Price and Rachel Amber are brought together one night. Throughout the game, whether you get them together romantically or not, it's 100% clear that they have feelings for one another. During episode 2, after the play, Rachel and Chloe spend a blissful time walking home. They planned on running off to California, and even through all of it, Chloe was skeptical. Rachel saw this as an opportunity to prove to Chloe she meant it and simply asked her what she needed. No matter what choice you pick, they're all meaningful to the story regardless, but the biggest one was the kiss they shared with one another. Not only did it make me scream with joy, it also warmed my heart to see.
What would it take to convince you?
How about, Oh. Is that convincing enough?
Yeah. Holy shit. Right?
Seeing as both Chloe and Rachel never had anyone who saw them for themselves, never had someone who was honest, and never had someone to be there for them. Both of these girls have been hurt multiple times by things in their life they can't control, and on top of that, they're teenagers. As much as I love this scene, it still breaks my heart knowing how it all ended, but I can take comfort that they at least had each other. Nathan and Elena, Uncharted 4. Nathan and Elena Drake are definitely the greatest adventure couple in the video game world. Their relationship goes way back since the first game, with a lot of romantic and sexual tension. Also, their on-again, off-again relationship.
We need to keep moving if we want to stay one step ahead of Lazarevich, so...
Oh, man, Nate.
Hey, wait. Now, don't jump to conclusions, Elena.
I'm sorry, I'm sensing some history here.
Oh, Elena Fisher. Last year's model.
That's cute.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nathan and Elena do end up making up and marrying one another in Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. Through the good times and bad times, I think my favorite moment between these two happened during the events of Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Nathan is given a once-in-a-lifetime chance to recover an adventure from his childhood with his older brother, but this causes him to lie to Elena on where he is going. After finding out he lied, this causes a huge tear in their relationship, which casts doubt on both sides if they could survive as a married couple.
Was there ever a Malaysia job?
Come on, wait. Elena, wait!
I don't get you.
Look, I wanted to tell you.
You know what? Enough.
No, I wanted to, but how could I?
I don't know. Just say it.
I had to protect you.
That is bullshit, Nate. You just didn't have the nerve to face me again.
I knew you would react like this.
How would you react? You lied to me for weeks. If you were killed, I wouldn't have even known about it.
They are tested once again when they reunite after Nathan runs into trouble with his brother, and throughout this trial, Elena begins to question if she and Nathan are really happy together. Nathan and Elena at this time were doing things they didn't exactly love. Nathan stopping his adventures and Elena doing normal journalism rather than going on adventures for her stories. During the escape through the exploding mummies, which was bullshit by the way, Nathan and Elena barely escape causing an explosion. The couple goes tumbling down a hill. As Nathan rambles to himself, he knows Elena isn't responding to him.
It's just like old times, huh? Elena? Elena? Hey. Elena, come on. Elena!
My hero.
Oh, no, you didn't do that. No. That's not funny.
Oh, you have done much worse.
God, you gave me a goddamn heart attack.
Oh, let me listen. Sounds good to me.
You realize we're now even for everything I've ever pulled, right? Yeah, like ever.
No, not by a long shot. Gosh, you've got mud everywhere.
Anyone ever tell you you have a funny idea of romantic?
Yeah, I may have heard that somewhere before.
Good talk.
Good talk.
After faking her death, this is both where Nathan and Elena realize what they need from one another, an adventure together. I hope you guys enjoyed this video with 5 romantic scenes. Let me know in the comments if you have your own favorite romantic couples in video games or scenes, and also, Happy Valentine's Day!